This is kind of where the main thrust of this Lagan arc has come to a close. Kind of fast forward to the next couple of days as the ship gets repaired by Orin. You go in to Tinks.
And I was wondering, hey, we've done some good here. Would you want to maybe help us do some good elsewhere?
It will take me some time to pack up my workshop, but I suppose that it would be not too awful to try and do research elsewhere.
I'm going to check in on Dell and Miela and see if they're taking up on it. I'm trying to replace the crew with people I trust.
If I could not be the cook, yes.
Dell and check in, hey guys, how are you feeling about this place?
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a storm coming, and I feel like this island isn't safe anymore, especially with what just happened. We're not gonna stay on your ship forever. If you give us passage, and we can kind of hop off when we need to, start a new life elsewhere. Anywhere but Tirai, we're willing to settle down. Dell disappears to the back, and she comes back with a book, and she hands it to Alok. And you look down, and it's like a book with diagrams of learning how to sign. I want somebody on the ship to be able to talk to her when I can't. You have gotten those two. Anything else you guys want to wrap up?
Suma would approach Gallet. When you showed your invisible servant to Alok, is there any chance that that was Aliceris?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, it's my fault he's in there, so it feels bad to say it, but honestly, you're somehow one of the most trustworthy ones. You have a nice parent energy about you, so that's... I don't actually understand the magic here. If you want to Oh, can you do the identify thing?
Suma, you cast Identify on a ring. This is a ring containing a very powerful genie. Her name is Calypso.
That was much more than I was expecting. I don't know Aliceris, and I don't know if learning more about him can help me, but he is the clue to a puzzle I need to solve. He's the only lead I've got. The last few months, I've thought I was going mad searching for answers, and now this is finally the only thing that I have. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cryptic, it's just, it's been a long journey. But the long and short of it is, I'm searching for my daughter. The only clue I have, and I'll pull out the shards, are these. One of which was found when she was kidnapped, and one of which was found where Aliceris was kidnapped.
The genie said, if I prove myself as a man of the sea, or prove my worth, she will release him. I'm hoping that brings him back, but honestly, just letting him go to the afterlife sounds like still a good choice. It's the best I can do. I can't talk to him though, but I do think we know someone who can potentially. Simon, bring Alok.
Alok, you're in your room right now. You hear Patrice's voice next to you, and he says, "Hell of a fight, kid.
You saw it?
I saw the arrow. Didn't think anything was gonna pierce through that thing, but you hit him. I'm impressed."
Oh, this is so weird. Never seen the ghost I had talked to. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, immediately after, you almost joined me for a second. You flickered over, to
Oh,
the
yeah.
side for a moment.
Yeah, that did happen.
Don't die on me yet.
Maybe I deserved it. Maybe I should have.
Hey, kid.
Hmm.
Listen, I'm a nice guy, but if you ever say that you deserve pain like that ever again, I'm killing you. Do you understand?
I understand. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna bring you back to life so that each time you die, you can visit a new level of hell. Do you understand?
Oh. I do. I'm sorry.
Every single time I ever hear you talk bad about yourself, I'm
Okay.
gonna harm you. Do you understand?
That's a lot.
And then as you're having this discussion, you hear Simon go listen, I don't care. You seem busy talking to the air. I don't know if you're just composing haikus out loud. I do that sometimes. But the captain needs you.
Exposition dump.
Exposition dump. Alicerius appears. No one in the room can see him except Alok.
I guess, am I just using you as a translator, basically?
I don't know how this works. I don't know if I can talk to him. I've never tried.
You
I guess
hear
that's true.
Alicerius speak for the first time, and he says, "Wait, you can hear me."
Over this, I'm just talking
Yeah.
over him, so I think that he...
Miguel.
Well, that's incredible. Wow, it does get lonely being a spirit sometimes, especially when caged in this way. You can really hear me
I
and
can,
see me.
yeah. I can.
Wow, what are you?
It's a good question.
He looks over at Gallet. He's been beating himself up an awful amount about this, isn't he? I know he knows it wasn't his fault. Knowing something is not the same thing as believing something. But I'm sure he'll get there. He seems to have a good set of friends around him. So I've been summoned for something specific, right?
Gallet? Suma? What?
I had some questions for you, Aliceris. Something happened to you. Do you know that?
It's strange because one of my first memories was waking up inside of a box. I couldn't recall much. I remember stepping out into the cargo hold of a large ship, coming out and being greeted by my old captain, Greenhide. He said that he had stolen that box from somewhere and didn't realize that it contained a person within it. The only thing I remember was a dark room, the slow dripping of water. It seemed like an endless pool. I have a sister. Her name is Valera. That's all I remember. I asked Captain Greenhide where exactly he liberated me from. He said essentially a vault in Palea. Before he goes, he turns to you, Alok, and he says, when you feel like the time is right, tell him that it's not his fault and that he vanishes.
Thank you. I know it was hard. I'll walk away.
After they leave, Gallet will take off the ring, put it near the bedside. I'm sorry. And he'll just weep himself to bed.
You all kind of watch from a distance, and Orin notably does not bring his hammers or anything. He kneels on the deck. After a long time, there's like a deep and you can see that the ship actually gets bigger. She's all yours. Looks back at it very wistfully. Make sure you take care of it better than that bastard Aramis ever.
But also, my dad
Alright.
was a shipwright. What the heck was that? That is not what shipwrights do.
I suppose you gotta find out eventually. The Reaper is not a normal ship. It was built a very long time ago by a little old lady named Olivia Oldham. Back in the Age of Pirates, there were 5 legendary ships built in that time. And this ship is one of those legendary ships. It's been around for a very long time, and there is a magical field around it. It can never truly sink. There is a tiny bottle that has a ship in it. It hangs around Aramis's neck. If the ship is ever completely destroyed or sank, it will reform itself inside that bottle and be able to be released onto the sea again. All I know is that the ship is magical and it has some very deep stuff going on with it.
I will go to her and Dell, since I kind of need Dell to translate a little bit.
I think if you cast Speak and Comprehend Languages, it would temporarily give you I think that would apply to sign language.
I am hoping to have a conversation with Miela, if that's all right with you, but I can do it through somewhat arcane means, which means you won't have to use your voice.
She signs to you that, yes, I will speak. I want to speak to you directly.
I got some information recently from my family who live in Tirai.
Almost instinctively takes a step back as soon as you say Tirai.
Don't worry, you're safe. And she has been looking into something rather dire that's been happening. And I'll relate what I guess you wrote in your letter.
She says, I'm sure that that's the funny man. The funny man that heard me sing. It's because of me. He heard me sing. It's bad enough when people hear me talk, but it's always worse when they hear me sing. I don't know if there's any way to stop or to break whatever curse it is that happens to people when they hear me. If you can do that to him, I think maybe it'll make everything stop. It all began 8 years ago. I was working sort of as like a custodial staff at the Grand Auditorium in Castia. One day, I decided to get up on stage and sing like I saw everybody else singing. I didn't know that there was somebody in the audience. I think he might have been some kind of maybe comedian who was coming in, maybe to rehearse before his show, and he heard me, and from that moment on, I think he became whatever it is he is now. I know it's my fault that I didn't choose this. It's hard when everybody wants something from you that you can't give to them. They get really mad at you and frustrated with you and angry with you, and they want to hurt you for not being what they want you to be. I think perhaps that is what drove him mad. I'm sorry for those people, but I can't return there.
No,
I hope you understand.
no one would ask you to. Just so you know, this crew, they're honest, good folk, and I think they won't expect anything from you that you can't give.
As long as I stay quiet, they won't.
I love to bring up people's trauma.
It is the last night on Lagan. The ship is fixed. All of your crew members have been added on. The ship, the Reaper, a little bigger now and a little more full. Finally, untethers its ropes from the docks at Lagan. A gust of wind pushes the Reaper off into the direction of the Gallon Republic, where it would be headed for Palestrom.
During all the free time I had, I want to study the book, the ASL book.
So I will say, you become familiar with roughly 78% of the vocabulary of this book. That doesn't mean that you're fluent.
Yeah.
It's more that you can recognize that sign when it is signed to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it will take some time to cultivate the ability to fluently do it yourself.
It's more important that I can read it or understand it. I'd probably ask her to actually show it to me in person so I can see what's happening.
Yeah. As you spend time with Mela, she continuously gives you bardic inspiration by playing. She pulls out an ocarina.
So how many shatter stones do you want? We got some downtime.
I think as many as we want, honestly.
You want me to give you,
And then
handle?
for the days